Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Supreme Innerself.
Yeah, I've been working so hard, need a check. Guaranteed the whole gang gon' respect me. Push a limit, I put on their neck. Let them know this is check, it's not chess beat. When I'm coming correct. But I know that they always gon' test me. I don't give it to none of that stress, cause I know that it's blocking my blessings.
You see, a teacher of mine once said, there's no such thing as a starving artist, but there is a such thing as a lazy artist. Now, I've probably heard that saying over 100 times throughout the entirety of my time spent in this class. And back then, it didn't register to me. But as I started developing a passion akin to the arts, I see very clearly what he meant. Now, let me introduce you guys to myself. I'm formerly known as Light on Mall, previously known as Jack Spasm. And I've been making music for almost 10 years now. The journey has had its ups and downs, to say the least. From my mother literally losing her mind, finding out that I wanted to be a rapper, to her nodding her head to every track that I play for her. This road has definitely not been easy. And that brings me to the topic of this video: resilience. You see, resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. And in order to be successful in anything in this world, especially when it comes to the arts, it's exactly what it takes. And with it being subjective, it's pretty difficult to achieve, especially when it already takes a degree of skill to convey something through that type of medium. Growing up, I was always fascinated with people who knew how to draw. My father always knew how to draw, and seeing what he could put on the paper just impressed me. I couldn't draw to save my life initially, and the frustration built until I decided to leave it alone. That is until one day, in the 6th grade, I met a classmate. And that classmate of mine taught me a simple trick that helped me replicate things that I saw in life onto paper. He told me that everything I see could be broken down into shapes. And that night, I grabbed the cover to the game Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi and put that very theory to the test. And to my surprise, it came out better than I thought. And although it wasn't the best drawing, it was enough to keep me motivated to draw more pictures. Throughout the years, I got compliments from good friends, but also heavily weighted criticisms about my drawings. It was something I enjoyed, so it didn't stop me. I was always heavily inspired from what I saw around me. And so I was eager to keep testing the boundaries and seeing what I could come up with. And when it came to rapping, there was always something there. I knew I had a love for music at a very young age, but there'd be times where I would write rhymes and eventually be impeded with the dreaded writer's block. Fast forward to my junior year in high school, and a friend of mine named Gary, aka Gary the Destroyer, who you should definitely check out, by the way. I'll link his stuff in the description. Hit me with the idea of starting a rap group. And this was around the time where underground hip-hop saw its meteoric rise due to the landscape of the internet. We were heavily influenced by groups like Odd Future, Pro Era, ASAP Mob, and Flatbush Zombies, to say the least. We were called Elephant Tusk, and our sound was just as raw and unpolished, if not more. But we had so much fun with it, and the attitude of the underground rappers enticed me because of the DIY aesthetic provided due to the lack of creativity often represented in the mainstream. The people you wouldn't expect finally had a bigger voice, and we were always diving deep into the lyricism and the meaning behind what our favorite artists were saying in their music. And thanks to the amazing site called Genius, this site also had a forum where you could post your own music for feedback. I posted a song of mine, and you wouldn't believe what I got back in return. Yeah, giant piece of shit, I kid you not. Now this was another level of getting shitted on. Pun absolutely intended. But in all reality, in a situation where I felt most would have quit, I continued on because I believed in my potential. It only made me want to go harder and improve my sound to the pinnacle of undeniability. So I say to you, my friends, take this light and look inside yourself, everyone. Resilience is needed in this world for survival. It's what keeps us moving as human beings. And had it not been for my very own resilience, I probably wouldn't even be here today talking to you guys. So whatever it is you do, whether it's bull riding or mountain climbing, just remember, no one can stop you but you. Supreme Innerself. Thanks for watching.
The whole world, I got it in my hand, and I ain't giving it up to naysayers, none of that. Please get your weight up before you actually attack. I'm tactical. If you had notice, I plan everything. I'm rational. I don't get involved unless I know what brings. The expertise, know I gotta go within copy, or else I'll be in big trouble without it.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you'd like to access any of the beats or any of the music provided in this video, I have a link in the description where you could go check out all of the beats on my beat store and all of my music on Spotify, Apple Music, and more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.